Hello everybody and welcome to One Player Today. On the table, another entry into the Board Game Geek Solitaire print and play design contest, and we are playing Brambles. Don't forget, before we get started, go check out the other channels participating in this playthrough extravaganza. Since the beginning of the contest, we have covered, gosh, I'm not even sure how many games, we're getting close to 40, I think. We've only got a few left. We've only got a few weeks left, indeed. Now, all the games have been declared contest ready, that are contest ready, and now we enter the playthrough, the play testing phase, the kind of voting phase, if you will open, I think, in a couple of weeks. And so all the games you see from now on will no longer be works in progress, but finished articles, or at least finished in terms of the contest. Last week, Chrissie from Solo McLaughlin played Thag, the deck builder, which is quite honestly probably one of the funniest looking games of the competition. The artwork is fantastic. This little caveman guy that you follow through the ages. They're planning like what could be infinite amounts of historical expansions for that game, and it looks great. Plays a little bit like Friday, the deck builder. Dmitry from Passion's show covered Terraphobia, which is kind of like it's almost like a trick-taking game. You have to essentially score higher than your opponent. You manage a monster corporation, so kind of like Monsters Inc., but a little bit different. Veselko played the Konkan Trail, trying to make it from one side of the Konkan land to another. And Aishwarya this week actually uploaded Scylla's Domain, which has some of the best prototype art, I must say, of the entire contest. It must be. It looks very professional. I'm not sure if the artwork is all ready for the entire game. I didn't look at the files myself, but anyway, it looks like a cool little project where you go and face this kind of evil mermaid creature, Scylla, from, I think, Greek mythology. Gosh, I'm exposing my ignorance. Number 2 on the list, don't forget to go enter the Grand Extravaganza one-player channel giveaway. The link will still be in the description of this video. Go tell me what your favorite game is from the contest so far. I'm going to let that influence my votes, obviously, and because I don't want to be on the hook for any of my decisions. And then go enter for a chance to win the game of your choice, printed out and ready to play by yours truly. You will have a copy of any of the games from the contest, graced by my very own paper cutter. This game, as we said, is the Brambles, and let me just say, look at this art. It is phenomenal. As soon as this came out, I was like, yep, that's mine. I put my name on it right away on our little kind of working list and absolutely reserved it for myself. This artwork all comes from like medieval woodcuts. You'll see there's like somebody being burnt at the stake on the back of every card. There's all these like skeletons coming to claim the souls of the wicked. And just wait until we break into the deck, because there are some fantastically bizarre characters and creatures that are going to come out that we're going to play through. Now, you can see by the long shadow being cast by this deck here, we have got an absolutely massive amount of cards. We've got 82 cards, I think, in here total. So we've got the designer John Burton, who you will actually maybe know from designing Ek, I believe, from earlier in this contest. The designer has essentially created his very own tarot deck, and it's gorgeous. I mean, it looks fantastic. And this game plays out a little bit like 22 Offerings. You might get some 22 Offerings vibes from it if you go back to the very first video that we published, or that I published, I should say, in this competition. We are making sets and runs of different tarot cards, or different cards, I should say, in order to defeat the various Bramble evils here on this grid. Thematically, we are saving children from the ever-expanding brambles on the edge of our village, and we, the Seer, are the only ones who can do that. We are the only ones who can call upon the various spirits to vanquish said bramble patch. That's enough flavor text, or, I mean, I'm kind of I'm making an absolute hash of it, but that's enough of my flavor text. Let's just get into it. What we're going to do is we've drawn our 6 Bramble Evils from the deck here. So there's 20 of these in total. 82 cards. So that means we're going to want to average about 4 cards per Bramble Evil. And I'll show you how we use them to get rid of the cards when we deal ourselves our hand. So we're going to do 7 cards for our hand to start with. And I'm going to deal them just down here. And already you can see the absolute wackiness of this artwork. Am I going to have enough room to not go off the camera? Nope, that wasn't very well planned out by me. I'm going to move this. Oh, maybe I will. Hold on, let's see. One. Yeah, that'll do. 7 cards. There's a big hand. I mean, and of course you could hold them in your hand. You know, as a hand of cards, but these do kind of lend themselves to be splayed out and viewed as kind of a spread. You know, they look a lot to me, or they feel a lot to me like a tarot spread. And John has obviously done an incredible job of kind of matching these various illustrations with the various cards that he's created. So like the 3 of Beasts, for example, has 3 heads. The 2 of Signs has 2 swans on it. Like there's this like really gorgeous thematic mashup, and it makes the whole thing a pleasure. Even I'll be honest, cutting out 82 cards, I was ready to break out into a bit of a sweat, but it was a pleasure given that I got to kind of get a sneak peek at each one of the cards that we're going to play. Now we've done pretty well because we've got 4 signs cards, so we've got 5 suits in all: the yellow, blue, red, green, and there's like a salmony pink color, and we've got 1 to 14 of each cards, 1 to 10, and then 11, 12, 13, 14 are kind of like face cards almost. So we've got pupils and monarchs, and I think there's hunters and something else. Anyway, what we're going to do is try to combine these cards in order to defeat the Bramble Evils. How we do that is by playing either 3 or 6 cards from our hands at once in various combinations. So you'll see on here, hopefully you can read this, but if not, I'll be sure to explain it to you. The commons, so any yellow, well, let's just start with one that we've got on here. So this, for example, is orange card as a merchant. We need to discard 3 of any suit, 3 cards of any same suit to discard or to defeat the merchant. For the nobility, we need 3 in a row, so we need a 6, 7, and an 8, or a 5, 6, and a 7, or a 2, 3, and a 4, etc. For the clergy, we need any 3 cards with the same number. So I see I've got 2 11s here already, but I need another one to be able to get rid of one of these green cards. And then the hardest card in the game, the royalty level 5, is 3 in a suited row. So I would need an 11, a 12, and a 13 of signs, for example, in order to get rid of the royalty. So the royalty, the hardest ones to get rid of. There's a couple of other twists in the deck coming up, but we'll cover them when we get to it. I think for now, I'm going to do... I don't know, maybe... I mean, I do have any 2 cards with the same number plus any other card. I mean, I've got... there's no commons out there as this. So I could do 3 of the same suit. 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll get rid of a monarch. It doesn't really feel like great, but needs must, and that will defeat our merchant. I'm going to make a discard pile over... Let's put it up there. We're going to need to access it again because some of the cards gives the ability to recall cards from our deck. So we've defeated our first Bramble Evil. You get overturned and put over there. They also have a chance of coming back too, and we replace it with another merchant. So that's just fine. We're going to deal ourselves back up to 7. 3 of spirits, 10 of dreams, and 9 of signs. And now we've got ourselves a 3 in a row. So we've got a 9, 10, 11 here, which seems like a pretty decent option. I should say anytime we use all 3 face cards in our trick, if you will, in our combination. So for example, 11, 12, 13, or 14, so a pupil and... again, they've all disappeared. So yeah, pupil and a monarch and a blah blah blah. We are actually able to defeat one higher level than the combination we create. So for example, if I were to get 3 in a row an 11, 12, and a 13, I would be able to defeat not just a nobility, but actually a clergy one level higher. It's also worth noting that I can use any of these to defeat any card below it as well. So if I've got 3 in a row, but I don't have any nobility, I can use it to defeat a merchant or a common. So not that you really necessarily want to do that, but you could if you were in a pinch. Are we going to play Pupil 10-9 to get rid of a nobility card? I think we are. And yeah, I mean, let's just... This artwork is just like right up my alley. I'm very much interested in kind of like demonology and, you know, the kind of medieval history, the view of spirits and religion and everything like that. So this is like... I'm actually kind of disappointed in myself that I've never come across any of these illustrations before. But goodness me, isn't the internet a wonderful place? I just love that there is these like... I mean, obviously, and John has done a beautiful job like clearing these up. I imagine you probably had to scan them in or kind of copy them into some sort of imaging editor and kind of clean them up a little bit, but yeah, they're just wonderful. I'm just really a big fan. We have 3 of a kind, which is a clergy, so that will do for me. Let's pull this, and we've got a commons out, so we can get rid of that pretty swiftish too. We've got 3 threes here, the 3 of spirits, the 3 of signs. Again, look, 3 people, 3 heads, and this guy, I mean, he's a bit of a weirdo, I suppose. Oh, he's got 3 legs, kind of, hasn't he? He's got a walking stick and 2 legs, so I'd say that's a 3. We've got 3 threes, that's a triplet, that's a clergy, and let's get rid of this poor woman being dragged to her inevitable demise. We're gonna pull another Brambles evil card. This is, for some reason, the printer like didn't quite work on like 2 of these. I think the backs just didn't align the way that they printed it. Yeah, so unfortunately I've got 2 blank Bramble Evils card. I don't know what they are, so it doesn't give me any benefit or anything. I haven't managed to memorize that yet, but yeah. So that just is going to ruin the vibe for just the next couple of rounds here. We did pull a Seer of Visions, and the Seer of Visions allows us to do one of a few things. We have to keep it in our hand, but what we can do is either one of 2 things. We can look at the next 6 cards of the deck. We can select one of the cards to add and then shuffle the remaining cards back, so we kind of get a chance to like make a combination that we maybe wouldn't be able to. We can also reclaim cards, as I was saying earlier, reclaim cards that have either been played or discarded. So we discard this Seer along with a number of other cards, and we can reclaim either. If we discard 1 card alongside it, we get 3 cards back. If we discard 2 cards alongside it, we get 5 cards back, and if we discard 3 cards alongside it, we get 7 cards back. So the chance to reclaim cards, pretty excellent in terms of, especially if we spend like some high ranking, you know, face cards. However, it is taking up a slot in our hand for now, so we might want to think about getting that done somewhat soon. This 10-11 is looking pretty decent to me to get rid of this royalty card, so I'm going to try and hold on to these for now. I do have 2 5s, so I might go ahead and just play a couplet +1. So I'm going to do this, 2 5s and a 1, and that'll get rid of a common. So this is a common out. Oh, it's a royalty card. Well, lovely. And again, like, he's managed to find these like illustrations of all these skeletons, you know, coming for the souls of the ruling class, which I think is just absolutely gorgeous. We've got 6, 7 cards, and we've got 2 Seers now. So I think I might go ahead and, well, I've got 3 in a row. I can get rid of a nobility card, can't I? I mean, I could do 9, 10, 11. Otherwise, I don't really have anything else. I mean, I could do 3 of a suit to get rid of a merchant, but that seems like a bit of a waste when I've got the opportunity to do something better. I could also start to reclaim some stuff, but the cards in my hand aren't terrible. Why don't I do this? I'm going to get rid of this Seer, and I don't know how we managed to find this photograph of me, but so this one and this odd bird, this 6 of spirits, this Seer of visions, and we get to reclaim 5 cards. So we get to do this. we are going to cut the discard pile, place the bottom half onto the top, and then deal the cards from the new top and shuffle them into the collection. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully they're good, and these go in here. This is going to take me a minute to shuffle, so with some YouTube magic, I'll be back in just a second. Right, the tower's been reconstructed, and so we are back with a 4, an Oracle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a Warrior. Yeah, I knew there's a Warrior. That's the one I was looking for. We've got a lot of nice face cards, haven't we? But nothing in a row necessarily. Ooh, but we could do... Hold on. We could do 3 in a row here, 10, 11, 12, and because... Oh no, you've got to be a... Never mind. I'm totally and utterly wrong. Oh, it seems a bit of a shame to get rid of some of these cards, because they're all so good. Alright, we're going to do 10, 11, 12. We're going to do 10, 11, 12 and get rid of this nobility card, so 3 cards in a number order. Get rid of this noble here. He's got a nice hat, hasn't he? And we're going to do this, we'll get that, and it's another royalty card. So that is a bit unfortunate, and we've already seen this card, haven't we? So that's one of the ones I must have just reclaimed. The Dream Suit, oh, I've got 2 of them. This green suit, the Dreams, they... Well, 1, if I dreamt about this, I would worry about my sanity, and 2, it looks like something that Edward Lear would draw, which, again... right up my alley. I'm a big fan. Big fan of that like weird surrealist Victorian God knows what. We've got a lot of royalty cards. I need a 9 of Dreams. That would be really, really helpful. I'm gonna take the top 6. I'm gonna look and see if there's anything good. I'm just gonna take a gamble. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get to take one of these. Ooh, oh my gosh, they're all in a row. Well, that's a shame, because now they're not going to be in a... They're actually literally in a row. 2, 3, 4, 5. Either that's terrible shuffling or incredible luck, because I have shuffled this deck, like, including that time, like 3 times before that, so I'm a bit confused how that's happened, but, oh, I've got a 10, 11, 12, I guess, so let's do this, and I'll shuffle these back in. So give me just a moment again. It seems like every surrealist artist is somewhat obsessed with like propping things up with like wooden sticks. You know, like Dali had his bacon portrait, and Lear had all of his like weird hooks and stuff. And this guy, whoever this like illustrator is like propping up this like strange trunked beast with a stick on a wheel, which is quite practical, but also it doesn't strike me as very surreal if everyone's doing it. 9, 10. I've got an... Oh wait, hold on. I've got an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I can do 6 cards at once, so that is like 6 cards in a row, then I can destroy 2 of the most expensive Bramble Evils, which would allow me to get rid of 2 royalty cards. So frankly, that strikes me as quite important. What I'm going to do in that case is I'm just going to sacrifice this 4, and hopefully I'm either going to pull a 7 or a 13. Wish me luck. It's an 11. And this lovely like orange colour here. Oh blast. We've got... Well, I'll tell you what. We can do this. We can do... I know this is a bit silly, but we can do 11, 11 as a couplet. Add in a... let's just say an Oracle. We've got a couplet plus 1, but they are all face cards, so... we get to move it up and discard a merchant for that. I don't know if that was the best use of my time, but this kind of merchant mariner is defeated. Yeah, I mean, this is taking like stock artwork to the next level, isn't it? This is a Sacred Shears card. This does not stay on our hand, but it does stay in a kind of a separate little pile here, and we can use this to defeat a Brambles curse card, a few of which are sitting in here, and they come out and essentially will have us add back evils that we've already defeated. So we need to keep the Shears on hand to get rid of those. So they go here or somewhere outside of your hand, but we get to keep them to use later. So very nice. Now we've got 2 12s, so we've got an 8, 9, 10. I suppose let's use an 8, 9, 10. That seems reasonable. So we've got, that's a 3 in a row. Oh no, wait, hold on. I don't have any nobility, so I'd have to get rid of... I'd have to use this to get rid of a merchant. Because like this is any 3 cards in number order. I don't have any blue cards, so I'd have to get rid of a merchant with it. Which doesn't really sound like a great idea. Why don't I do this, and I'll do 3 dream cards and just get rid of the merchant that way. And then I get to save this 9, and maybe that's better. I mean, who knows really. I suppose it's a bit of luck of the draw. Oh boy, look at our hand. Look at the evils that are out here. We've got all clergy and royalty, which is an absolute terrible place to be. We've got 12. Oh! Alright, well we can get rid of... Oh, this is great actually. Look at this. We've got 3 12s. Warrior, warrior, warrior. And that means that instead of getting rid of a clergy, we can get rid of a royalty. So our first royalty will be defeated. And, well, you, my good man, unfortunately, your time has come. The king is dead. Long live the king. And we've got 4 and 3 more, please. There's a Bramble card. So this sits in here and kind of makes our life difficult. It doesn't do anything yet, but the next time we draw a Brambles card, that is when we have to put one of these back. So we can kind of like make the call to like get rid of it with the Sacred Shears nice and quick, or we can kind of like risk it a little bit. We can also use it to destroy one of the Bramble Evils card though, so... I don't have any cards with the same number. So I can get rid of this using a few different things, actually. I forgot about this. So it doesn't necessarily need to be the Sacred Shears. It can either be a couplet, so 2 cards of the same number, any of these combinations, so like, for example, a 2, 3, 4, or a 9, 10, 11 if I had one, or a Sacred Shears card. So... do I want to use my Sacred Shears on one of these royalty cards, or do I want to... to which I think the answer is yes, and just risk that there isn't another one in here? I think the answer is yes. Alright, we've got a commoner card, so that's fine. And, oh yeah, now we need to... 3 of a suit. Get rid of those. 9... 3, 9, and 10. Is that a good idea? Or I could get rid of 2, 10, or 2, 12, and 7. I think it's always best to keep your face cards, I think. Not sure of that tactic just yet, but we'll see. Hopefully, we're going to pray for no... Oh, lovely. Even better. So another Sacred Shears. I think there's only 2 in the deck, so that's both of them. But we've got a 13, a 12, a 7, a 2, and a 3 of beasts. So let's get rid of this commons, I guess. We'll do 3. Oh, this is one of the ones that have already been dealt to. We've already seen this guy. So 3, 2, or 3, 3, and a 2. We'll get rid of a commons. So you, friend, are put out of your peasant misery. And we've got another commons. So let's see if we can... what have we got? Ooh, a nice monarch. 13, 13. We've got 12. 12 and 13 I probably want to keep around, but then we don't really have much else, do we? I think I'm going to spend this Sacred Shears. It's making me feel a bit anxious to have this Brambles card still here, so I'm going to do that. Oh, alright. See, look at that. That was not a bad play. So this doesn't do anything again because we have to have... it's the second one that comes out that will hurt us. Again, essentially like force us to put this back in, which I guess wouldn't be the worst because it's a commoners, but still. For right now, it's not something that I really want to do. Obviously, this is the other card that didn't have a back printed to it. I do have the back somewhere, but I didn't feel like gluing it on before I started filming. Also, this guy, I think he's supposed to be furry, but it just looks like he's profusely sweating. I'm gonna discard that, and I'm gonna get... oh, great, cool, thank you. Perfect, because that's exactly... it would have been actually quite helpful. And we've got another Seer of Visions. These, just as a side note, are absolutely terrifying. Oh, do come on. I don't want to get rid of 2 monarchs to get rid of a commons. That sounds like a terrible idea. So I'm going to get rid of this sweaty lion man, and we've pulled an 8 of spirits now, which is still not good. Alright, let's play a Seer, and let's reclaim some cards. So we're going to cut it in half again, and we're going to discard 2. So again, I'll take back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these all get shuffled back into the collection of the deck here. This does worry me a little because I'm kind of, well, I guess the chances of getting a Brambles is still pretty evenly distributed, so... Oh, you again with your weird nose, and you again with your weird nose. And then we've got a Pupil of Moons, which we've got, oh, hang on, 10, 11, 12 at least. 13, but we can't go any further than that. So 10, 11, 12 I think will do. And that is... No, we don't have any nobility anymore. Oh, goodness gracious, I've got some rotten cards, haven't I? I'm going to get rid of this. That still isn't good enough. I've got all face cards, and yet they're all in different suits. I guess except the 10, but okay, well, let's do this. We'll do 10, 11, 12. I suppose we'll do 10, 11, 12, and we'll use it rather than a nobility. We'll have to use it to get rid of this merchant. So again, we're kind of taking a hit there. And what are you? Oh, you're royalty. Okay, so both of the backless cards are royalty. So I will have to cover them up because I will remember that. And that's not great. You have seen before. Oh, you're interesting. You're like a donkey. It looks like you've got fishnet stockings on, but I think they are supposed to be scales. And then whatever you are, I never want to meet this in a dark alley. We've got 14. We've got a... Oh, hang on. No, we don't have anything good. Sorry, I thought we did. We don't. That's a shame. Alright, we've got 13, 14 here. We need a 12, and I don't know if we've already played the 12 of Beasts or not. The hard mode of this game you're not allowed to look through here. The easy mode you can. I'll give it a go on hard. So let's not look through it. Again, we're all stuck with face cards and nothing doing. Sacrifice, and we've got an 8. I need 3 cards with the same number, and I literally just cannot get it. And I don't want to discard 2 14s or 2 13s just to get rid of a Bramble card. So I'm going to keep doing this and keep sacrificing until something good comes up, which I guess is probably not a good idea because I'm just I'm just wasting cards at this point. So I've got 2 pairs of I've got a pair of 13 and a pair of 14, and that is not great. I've got 3 cards of the same suit in this merchant column, so I guess I'll use this to get rid of a commoner. Ugh, not very good, really. And what have we got here? Actually, we are getting quite close to the end of the deck. How many have we got left? Only 2, so that means we've got 8 left to defeat. And I feel like we're about halfway through, so... Oh, there we go. So that's going back, which actually isn't so bad because it's a commoner, so that's okay. I think... I've got to check. So we've put this back, and now these stay here, and then I think I'm reading this rule correctly, because this is actually... I think I'm reading this rule correctly to say that I need to get rid of these now, because if I don't, then any extra cards that are dealt to me will result in another, like, extra curse. Okay, so I can leave these here. They do stay in my hand. But, of course, if I get another curse, then, again, another one is shuffled back in. So it kind of builds on itself. And I do want not to have spaces in my hand being taken up by useless curses. So, with that said, I don't want to get rid of a pair of my 14s, but I think that's really my only option. Okay, we've got a terrible deal again. So this gets rid of that, and we've got 3 cards coming. Hopefully, oh, come on. that means that this is going back in here. I don't remember what that one was, but it's bad at the very least. Now we've got 3 cards of the same suit, but we can't use that to get rid of anything. We need 3 cards in number order, which could be 3, 4, 5. Yeah, right. Or 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh, look at this guy's ears. 3, 4, 5. This woman is a belle. So, you know, just pay attention to that. 3, 4, 5. 3 cards in number order in each suit gets rid of a nobility. So, there you go. It's another commoner. So we can deal with that, I think. Aha! Oh my gosh. No! Stop! I've really shot myself in the foot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, the good thing is that Shears can get rid of multiple curses. Let me just check the rules. Yes. Oh wait, hang on. I think, actually, when I used that combination, I should have actually got rid of both my curses. Because I had 2 curses, but I left one in my hand, didn't I? I think. But anyway, regardless, with just 1 shear, I can get rid of all 3 of these. So thank goodness for that. Like I said, I think I actually played it wrong. And if I get rid of 1 curse card, I get rid of all of them. But regardless, let's continue. We've got a pair of 7s, we've got a pair of 13s, we've got 5, 6, 7 run. So we're not doing terrible. Let's see if we've got anything actually... Any 3 cards with the same number? No. 3 in a suited row we're not even close to having. So let's do 5, 6, 7. So that gets me a nobility, but I'm going to have to use it to do a... Oh man, this is terrible. I'm going to have to use it to do that commoner. Yeah, okay. So 5, 6, 7, which gives us a row, but we have to use it to get rid of something lower, which is this commoner. So this commoner's going down, but that seems like a bit of a waste. We've got another nobility, so that's 3 in a row. So please let this be something good. Now we've got a pair of 9s and a pair of 13s, but we don't have anything, we don't have 3 of a kind anywhere. This oracle just taking a remedial geometry class. That's 2 9s, 2 13s, a 14 and a 2. So 2 of dreams, I think I'm going to sacrifice, and let's just see what we get. It's an 11, which doesn't help us whatsoever. So let's get rid of this 7. Aha! Yes, we've got 3 of a kind. Alright, we can get rid of a clergy. Finally! Gosh, get out of here, you fat bishop. We've got 3 cards with the same number, 3 13s. Oh wait! Hang on! Because they're monarchs, we can go higher. So actually, we can do a royal. We'll take out a royal. Oh, love it. Commoner. You don't stand a chance, mate. I've got a pair of 9s with your name on it. Oh, I've got 3 9s now. Love it. All right, that 3 9s then, because they're not honor cards, they're not face cards, we can only use them to get rid of the clergy, but still, we've got 3 of those, so we need to do it. Sorry about calling you fat earlier, but get out of my face. We've got 2 11s, a 10... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I've seen that 3 of signs card before. You can tell by the way my deck is becoming disheveled that we're getting towards the end of it. But we're also getting to the end of this too. Look, we've only got 7 cards left. We've got a merchant, 3 of a suit, a commons, a couple +1. We don't have any 3 of a suit, so that's a shame. We've got a pair of 11s, and that's about it. A pair of 1s too. Alright, well let's do this then. Pair of 1s and a 3. And that'll get us rid of this commoner. And then I think this is a nobility, so it's 3 in a row. Well, we're just going to have to hope. We are just going to have to hope. Oh, that's a nice card. I haven't seen that one before. Look at his bonkers, mate. Alright, we've got an 11, 11, a 10, 2 14s. But quite frankly, none of that is going to be any good. We need triples, and we need rows, and we need suited rows. So you, well, let's get rid of you. because you're furthest away from anything. Alright, and we'll get rid of you as well, and 14. Perfect. So 3 of a kind, all of them oracles, so all of them honor cards, and we get rid of that royalty card. That is grand, because obviously they are definitely the hardest to get rid of. Alright, 5 left. Let's see if we can clear this bramble patch once and for all. We've got an 8, a 2. Is this where all my orange cards are? No, we've got a yellow. We've got an 8, a 2, an 11, a 7, 8, 9. No, we don't have a 9. Let's get rid of this 2 then. Because we only need 3 of a suit to get rid of this, and 3 of a row to get rid of these, and 3 of a kind to get rid of these. So I need an 11, hopefully. Oh, I don't know if we're going to be... Oh, look at this. We've got 3 pairs. You've got to be kidding. We've got 3 pairs, but nothing else. This guy's kind of like a medieval Donnie Darko. What am I going to do? 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 I think I'm going to get rid of this. Because I want this 7-8 just in case. And we've got a 1 of beasts, which is... not that good, but I think we'll do this and just use it. 3 cards of the same suit gets rid of a merchant, so you are gone. We've now got... Oh, we're definitely... I didn't realise we were that far down the deck. Oh, no, there's no chance then, is there? I mean, there's just no way. Well, we have been defeated. The poor village children are trapped for eternity in the bramble patch, and I think we'd probably be banished or maybe burnt as a witch if we weren't able to stop them, so that's a real shame. Maybe that's us on the back of the card. Well, that is truly a disappointment. Alright, well, that is Brambles, or the Brambles I should say. Well, what do I like about this game? I love the artwork. I like the simplicity, and I like the way that I can memorize these sets. I think one of the main problems with 22 offerings was that the combinations were so difficult to remember, and there was one for each of the major arcana, that it was just like very hard to keep track of. This I can get my head around. I know sets, I know rows, I know 3 of a kind. We're good. I love the artwork. The theme is fantastic. It feels tense. It does feel pretty tense, and I like the puzzle element of it. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend go and check this out. If you go get it printed, it's going to be a bit costly because there are lots of cards. So it set me back about $20 at FedEx, but they did come out very well. So I mean, it's a really nice print job, and the artwork and everything is so well laid out. So absolutely worth it. And you know what? Now I have a 5-suit deck of cards to use for whatever I may please. I think the flexibility that these cards offer probably lend themselves to a lot more games outside of the Brambles. So I hope that is something on the designer's mind. That is going to be everything from me. I very much appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. I do hope you've enjoyed. Go check this game out. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to enter the competition as well. I would love to send you a print and play game of your choice. And yeah, if you like, leave a like. If you have not already, do consider subscribing for more solo board games. And yeah, go check out the other videos from this week's entries, and have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you later.